The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.
Well, welcome into another homemade edition of the Pulse of Spokane, Spokane Talks. I'm joined now with Stefanie Howe. Is it Howe or is it Howie? I'm sorry.
It's Howe, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And Angela Hayes of Associate Industries Inland Northwest. It already feels like it's been years since I talked to you guys on the phone. So much has happened in the world, and every 30 minutes it seems like there's a new news cycle with new information and everything. Just so much has transpired. How are you guys doing? How are you guys hanging in there with everything going on?
Andrea, I'll let you take it.
Oh, sure. I'll start off. Well, it has been an incredibly busy time, both internally at Associated Industries and then for all the members that we serve. I think, on a day-by-day basis, everybody, I think, is finding that they are so-called building the plane as they're flying it. And it's been an extremely busy time for all the departments here at Associated Industries.
Yeah, I would say that's absolutely true. I mean, we're not as disrupted as an organization. I think we were able to pivot pretty quickly into supporting our members remotely, but just the disruption of our personal lives colliding with our work lives and all of that, it's definitely been a unique time.
Yeah, everybody more or less is in the same boat and trying to juggle all the different things. And some people's work lives have changed a lot more significantly than their personal lives, and vice versa, and everything, in between. It's craziness, but it's good to hear that you guys are still remaining busy and everything. I know that you guys work in different departments within Associated Industries. From both ends and both sides of what you guys do, could you just tell me and the viewers a little bit about what Associated Industries is and what you guys do?
Great. I'll let Stefanie start because she has a really broad picture, or probably can give a really broad description about what Associated Industries does.
Yeah, so really we're an employer association and we've been around since 1910. So we actually were around in the first Spanish flu big pandemic. So we have survived that as an organization historically.
Thank goodness.
So we're an employer association. I think we really operate though as a professional services firm with HR and employment law guidance, as well as benefit services for employers. So we're focused on a lot of small businesses in the region, but we do support businesses throughout the state and as well as Idaho, and our attorneys are licensed in Montana, or we have an attorney licensed in Montana as well. So we're supporting business owners, employers, HR professionals with legal guidance and HR needs.
Yeah, and from the legal department, we've got 3 attorneys here at Associated Industries, and we do mostly, I would describe it as kind of like risk management and training for employers on a wide variety of employment law issues that come up in their workplaces on a day-to-day basis, trying to help employers keep up with all the changes at the state and federal level with respect to regulations that have to do specifically with employment law. So we kind of try and help employers avoid issues in the long term with their employees. So I personally spend a lot of time doing training with employers, going out to their places of business and doing training with their groups of supervisors on a wide range of topics, including sort of employment law basics or unlawful harassment and discrimination training or wage and hour training. Been doing a lot of webinars lately for employers and our members regarding all the changes to the federal law with respect to the new paid leave provisions that are out, and helping employers navigate that. So that's really what we do here in the legal department.
Well, so respectively with both aspects that you guys just went over, what kind of changes, or maybe have there not been a ton of changes that you guys have seen with the unfolding of the pandemic and just kind of the increasing exponential rate of, just the madness that's all over. What kind of things in interactions and relationships with the employers have you guys seen that are different now?
I'll let Stefanie go first.
So, well, because we're across all different industries, so we are not specific to one industry. We're serving all the industries of the region. We've seen, some businesses, they've just really needed our support during this time. So they've increased their business. And we've actually increased our call volume as well. So, we use our customer relationship software and we track how many calls are coming in and how the teams are supporting our members. And that has significantly increased in the last 3 weeks. There's just a lot of questions. They need a lot of help through the Families First Coronavirus Act and all of the things that are coming down. So because we support different industries, we're not just, hospitality has been pretty negatively impacted as well as some other, kind of, I guess, the non-essential industries. We are still in business and supporting a lot of folks. And even the ones that are on pause, we're supporting them. I think we have really long-term close relationships with a lot of these business owners and operators, and they're leaning on, especially our legal team right now, to kind of talk through some of these workplace issues.
Yeah, I think particularly with this pandemic, there's been a lot of different areas of employment law that have been impacted for employers. So not only when you have mass layoffs, how the employers go about implementing that, bringing employers up to speed on different aspects of state and federal law with respect to, again, things like mass layoffs, where you have to comply with things like the WARN Act, other issues of that nature, helping them through their unemployment questions with those benefit questions, helping them understand the difference between layoffs and furloughs and standby. So all those aspects having to relating to unemployment. And then working with employers who are, like Stefanie mentioned, maybe essential businesses who still have ongoing concerns within their workplace. So how they treat and work with employees who have needs now to be out of the workplace because of the pandemic, whether that's because they themselves are being impacted by COVID-19 and have symptoms and are being treated for that, or they're taking care of other people who have symptoms that might be requiring some care, or now, since the schools have just been announced as having been closed for the remainder of the year, we're going to have a lot of people that have to be out of the workplace caring for children because they no longer have that day-to-day care of that. So it's been working with employers on all those different fronts to help them keep their businesses up and running or to help them assist their employees. In addition to that, internally in the legal department, among our 3 attorneys, we've tried to divide up the work among the 3 of us because these are all new regulations, again, having to do with Paycheck Protection Act and all the new unemployment benefits that are out there and issues having to do, again, with leave from the workplace. So we're each kind of taking a piece of that to sort of develop our own expertise in that area to be able to help employers. And so we're internally, among the 3 of us, able to direct questions to any of the 3 of us who've been able to get up to speed on those particular issues. So it's been doing work internally and externally too to support the members.
And I know this is a time. I was just going to chime in. I noticed too. There's a lot of HR consulting organizations or software-based organizations across the nation that support employers throughout different states and federally. As well as employment law. But I notice now that relationships really matter and are making a difference. And, you've worked with somebody for years and years and they understand and they empathize with your business, and having that local support that's also knowledgeable and at the forefront and keeping on top of this thing. I think that's really significant and valuable. I know I just want to look for local support when I'm looking for things. I want to work with somebody who knows me or knows about me. It really does matter in times like this.
Yeah, I can only imagine, especially because so many of them are, under financial strain and just the overwhelming uncertainty that, trickles into every aspect, I'm sure, of their business. One last question for you guys. With everything that you guys have been doing because of this, like you guys were just mentioning, do you see when things return back to normal, hopefully sooner than later, that anything that you guys are doing now will maybe change in terms of approach or execution, just because of how radical that this has been? Do you think there are going to be any changes down the road in terms of how you guys tackle things?
I'll start off with this one. I think from the standpoint of the legal department, I don't think we'll probably change our approach because we really haven't changed our approach necessarily to the kind of services that we're providing to members right now. It's just the volume has increased exponentially. So I don't think that we probably will change our approach again. Most of the work actually that the legal department does, we do either by phone or by email. So it actually has been a very smooth transition as far as being able to telework and do things like that, because we can really do our work from anywhere. Hopefully, we will be able to get back out into the community and do training with employers. I'm really hoping that that'll pick up again, because all the live training that we had scheduled, that kind of has gone by the wayside right now. So I'm looking forward to getting back out to the community with the employers and their employees and doing that kind of training with them. But I think we'll probably just continue to carry on, the way we have in the past. Maybe the call volume and the email volume will slow down a little bit. But it really, like Stefanie mentioned at the outset, it really has sort of been essentially a seamless transition for the services that we're providing, again, because most of the work that we do, we can continue to do remotely without much of a pause.
Yeah, and I would say that's pretty much what our team is doing as well. I'm in the market. I would say one of the things that we might try to tackle in the next 6 to 12 months is more self-service technology platforms. So right now, the signing up for membership, there's a little bit more hand-holding. I'd like to move a little bit more streamlined on. But important, we pride ourselves on being that human connection, human first. Really value that. So we don't want to move too much to technology, but we want to make it easy for as many people to do business with us that want to do business with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been really nice talking to you guys and just hearing that you guys more or less have been able to, like you mentioned, seamlessly transition. It's good to hear that there are still entities and organizations out there that are able to function kind of as usual. Again, thank you guys for your time, and hopefully soon we can catch up when the world is kind of returned back to a more normal state. Be safe, both of you guys. Be well, and yeah, just take care of yourselves out there. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
You.
Join us at Paint Night, where you release your inner artist, hosting events in Spokane and surrounding areas. We are the party on wheels and can come to your choice of locations. We specialize in private events, corporate team building, and fundraisers. We are the original Paint Night and want you to join in the fun. Check us out at www.paintnight.com, and we always offer $10 off with the code SPOKANE10.
National Barricade and Sign Company is a well-established company founded in 1957. National Barricade has become a well-known business in the Spokane Valley for more than 50 years. Over the years, we have built long-lasting relationships with many cities, counties, and their departments of transportation. Customers come to us because they know they are going to get the best quality service at the best possible price. National Barricade prides itself on getting the job done in a timely manner. We know that contractors must have certain items in a timely fashion to get their job done, and if we don't have it, we will get it. We guarantee fast service no matter how long it takes.
Hi, this is Tim Lane with State Farm with your quick winter tip. One of the most common questions I get is about trees and who's responsible for a fallen tree or branches. The answer comes down to negligence. If your neighbor's tree falls and damages your home, vehicle, or personal property due to a weather-related incident, then your insurance company would cover that as a non-fault loss. If you can prove negligence against your neighbor, city, or county, then they are legally responsible for your damages. If you have any coverage questions or would like a second opinion on your insurance, call my team and I at Tim Lane State Farm at 509-926-5135.
Imagine being ordered to stay home when you have no home to go to. Because of generosity from people like you, Union Gospel Mission is able to provide a place of safety and refuge for men, women, and children who have nowhere else to go. Today, more than ever, the vulnerable in our community need your help. Thank you for your generous tax-deductible gift in their time of need.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.